So we're gonna show the jury. Station Exhibit 12. So this is where the body was right here in this corner. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And your house is down on the other side of this yellow house?
Yes, sir.
So you're just right down the street.
Yes, literally right now. Yes.
Okay. And you say that Christopher was your neighbor?
Yeah, when I moved into the home, he was staying next door.
At that house next door?
Yes.
That yellow house that you can see, or another one?
On the other, like this, my house, it was the other house, my house, and then his house.
Okay, he was in 834.
Yes,
Okay, so it goes 822 is next to you,
the other house.
then 830 is you, and then 834 is where Chris is. Is that
Yes.
correct? Okay, so he was on the corner.
Yes.
And how long did y'all stay next to you, live next to each other?
And Chris was still there.
Okay, how much older was Chris than your kids? Is he a lot older?
A lot.
Okay. Was Chris, whenever he died, was he in his 40s? You think?
I think so.
Okay, all right. So how old are your children right now?
14 and 15.
So they're a lot younger.
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever know or see Jermaine Reedus?
Yes, I do.
Okay, do you know what they called him? What did you call him?
I call him Jermaine, but his name was J Rock.
J Rock? Okay, so they called him J Rock out on the street. So Jermaine, do you see Jermaine in the courtroom?
He right there.
Okay, what's he wearing?
10 stripes and a button down.
Okay, record reflect, he's identified the defendant.
The record,
Is it plaid?
Yeah, it's flag.
Okay.
the record will show she has identified the defendant.
So how did you know Jermaine?
Him and Chris used to be together every day. He used to be at Chris' house when Chris stayed next door.
So were they good friends?
Yeah, might as well say yes.
Okay. Did they have a falling out where they were good friends for a while?
You know what? No, not that I know of, but it was an incident when he tried to stab Chris before with a butter knife, but
Okay, well, let me ask you this. The relationship between Jermaine and Chris, was Chris a mean person?
no.
Could Jermaine be mean?
You know what? I couldn't say that because he was doing drugs, so
Well, it doesn't matter. When he's doing drugs, was he mean?
yeah.
With Chris?
Yes.
Okay, what do you mean by with Chris he was mean?
He was like he would want to hurt Chris, but nothing. I don't see the reason why.
Okay, what about Chris? Did Chris do drugs?
He did drugs, but Chris wasn't that tight. When I seen him on the drugs, and Chris was not, he was normal, his normal self.
Okay. So when you saw Jermaine and Chris together, would you call Jermaine when he was on drugs, would you call him a bully?
I was.
A bully, would you pick on?
Calls for speculation.
She can answer if she knows.
Would you call him that he would be mean to Chris, be bullied?
And aggressive, yes.
Okay. And you said that there was an incident. How long before this stabbing occurred did the incident occur?
Months prior.
Okay. And where were you at when this happened?
Outside, because I had a little, on my porch, I had like a little, something that you could sit on. And I was outside on my phone, just strolling through Facebook.
Okay. Where were Chris and Jermaine?
I was walking up and I don't know what happened prior until them walking up. And that's when Jermaine was being aggressive towards Chris.
Okay. What do you mean by being aggressive? What was he doing?
Like trying to hurt him.
Okay.
He trying to hitting him.
And what else?
That's when he stabbed him. The incident when he stabbed him with the butter knife.
So he stabbed him before? He stabbed Christopher before this incident?
Yes.
Okay. In your presence?
Yes.
And did Chris do anything to him when he got stabbed?
Call the police.
He called the police. He didn't try to hit him, didn't try to fight him.
That's right.
He wasn't that type.
Hold on. You have to speak out. You shook your head and
Sir.
yeah.
He wasn't, okay. He wasn't that type, right?
Thank you for speaking out in your answers. Yes, ma'am.
How bad was Chris hurt that time?
He wasn't hurt.
He wasn't hurt?
No.
They didn't break the skin?
No.
Was it not a sharp knife?
It wasn't sharp.
Okay. What happened after he stabbed you with the knife? What, Chris called the police? Did the police show up?
Yeah, they showed up.
Did Chris press charges against him?
I don't think so.
Did they just go away? And did you see Jermaine after that with Chris?
Yes,
So the two of them were together a lot, weren't they?
yes, sir.
Okay, and so really with the relationship did Chris ever have Jermaine over to his house and stay with him, or did they just,
Well, sir, I don't know about the stand situation, but I know the range always be there every day.
what about when this happened, right before this happened? You said it was 2 months ago in the stabbing and then you saw them together. How was the last time you saw them together before the stabbing?
Before the family, they was okay. Walking down the street, talking, kicking, like a normal day.
But what if could you tell when Jermaine was on drugs?
Yes.
What would be the difference if they're walking down the street?
I can tell when Jermaine was up because Jermaine would get aggressive and then all of a sudden he'll start talking to himself. Oh,
And by aggressive, do you mean physically aggressive?
yeah, physically.
Okay, would he hit people? So
Yes, sir.
you could tell when he was on.
Yes.
Okay, and how often would you see him on drugs?
Renee.
Every day? How fast is it?
It's probably my name is Joel Vasquez. Have we ever met before?
I seen you yesterday.
We met yesterday, we talked a little bit, right?
Yes, sir, we did.
Have we ever met before that?
No, sir.
First time.
Yes.
And you're here to testify and talk to the jury about an incident that occurred basically 4 years and 5 months ago?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Did you ever tell the detectives about any of it?
I never talked to the detectives.
You never talked to Detective Hancock?
No.
You ever talked to Detective Torres? You ever talked to any police officers about this incident?
No, sir.
What prompted you to get here today?
Or probably because I wanted to tell my story and Chris was a good person.
But how did you know to come here today to come to court?
I just got somebody who came to my house.
I beg your pardon?
I had a detective, I don't know, was it
Someone-
a detective or I don't know what to call it.
You were given a subpoena by Mr.
Yes,
Gray,
I was.
and that was last week. Is that correct?
Last week?
You got the subpoena last week? And when did you get it? Last Friday?
Monday.
Monday? Two days ago?
No, yeah, Monday because I went to Houston and the guy brought the paperwork to my home and I wasn't home. And I spoke to him through the ring camera and told him I'd be back Monday.
And you got your subpoena Monday, and we talked a little bit yesterday.
Yes.
How did Mr. Laird find out the subpoena?
Who?
Mr. Laird, the gentleman you've been talking to, how did he know to send you a subpoena?
Oh, no, sir.
You don't know? You didn't ask anyone? You didn't ask Mr. Smith's family about it?
I spoke to one of his sisters and he was telling me that Jermaine was coming up for trial.
When did they tell you about that?
So everybody say I'd be lying.
Well, about approximately. I'm not trying to trap you in a particular day.
It was a minute ago before it even came up. I said about a year ago.
About
About
a year.
6 months. I don't know. It's been a minute. I wasn't, when they called me, I was in the middle of doing something and I spoke to her and it just slipped my mind.
And you never thought to discuss this incident with anybody in the last 4.5 years?
No,
And the police were called out when Jermaine tried to get Chris with a butter knife.
yes,
So there should be a police report.
it should.
What's Kiki in?
What's what? Oh, when they walking down the street laughing, like that never happened.
They were up and down the street a lot together,
Yes,
and they both did different drugs.
yes,
And you told Mr. Laird that it was more, you can notice it more in Mr. Reeder's behavior than Mr. Smith.
yes.
What were you doing the day you saw that incident? You were out on your porch?
Yes, I was on my porch.
Can you tell the jury about how far away you were from them? From Mr. Smith and Mr. Reader?
They was like, my house is on this side, and they was on this side, like getting ready to turn, like walk into the driveway.
How far was that? Can you guess? Or can you estimate how many feet it was or how many yards?
You know,
No, from me to you? Further?
yeah, just about there.
Did they ever come, did Chris or did Mr. Smith or Mr. Reader ever come to your house
Did they ever come? Yes, sir.
together?
Yes, sir.
Did they come and like sit around,
Yes,
talk, eat?
yes. Well, I know Chris did, but not tonight.
He didn't come to your house?
He came to my house, but he didn't eat.
And you know other fellas that are up and down the street.
Yes,
Do they have homes or do they stay outside?
they got homes.
You know Cool Ray?
Who, right?
I mean, I know it's a nickname. Do you know who that is? Cool Ray?
No,
How about Little D?
no,
How about C-Dub?
no.
None of those guys? But you can understand my surprise, can't you?
Yes,
Hearing about this for the first time yesterday?
it wasn't the first time.
Me hearing about this, you telling me about this for the first time yesterday?
Yes, sir.
If your name used to be Charles,
No, sir.
just ask you. You run Latoya Charles at any point? Always Latoya Broadway? That's your maiden name? I'd ask your birthday, but I've never asked a lady her age.
Well, my birthday.
Don't tell me. Okay. Pass the witness.
First time you heard from me as far as the subpoena was Monday, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you weren't expecting it, were you?
No, not at all.
As a matter of fact, we told you, you gotta come up here, right?
Yes, sir.
You don't wanna get involved, why?
I wanna, no, I don't wanna get involved, but what you mean like involved,
Well,
sir?
you didn't wanna go talk to, you didn't wanna come up here,
I could have talked to you all day. Don't get me wrong, sir.
but you
I
didn't
didn't
wanna
want
come,
no camera.
but you did it. Anyway,
Yes.
okay, thank you. Oh, that's what you-
Hold on. Yes. Something else?
Very briefly.
Hmm.
Monday, you got your subpoena on the 20th. Right, today's the 22nd? Okay. I got my dates fixed up. I thought I saw them. 7/17. But you got it on Monday.
I was in Katie on that day.
I'm just saying that was the date on the subpoena, but you got it Monday.
Yes, but I got it like it.
And I met you yesterday.
Yes, you did.
Thank you, ma'am.
Nothing further,
Is this lady excused?
please, just,
You are excused, ma'am. Thank you. Next, please.
oh, Jason Torres.
Thank you. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony that you are about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, sir. I do.
Please have a seat, sir. Thank you.
State your name for the jury, please.
Jason Torres
And how are you employed?
with the city of Beaumont, Beaumont Police Department.
And what capacity are you employed?
Currently a detective in family violence unit.
Okay. Back on April of 2022, were you employed with the Beaumont Police Department?
Yes, sir.
And were you a detective?
Yes, sir.
In what unit were you assigned?
Our persons unit.
So tell the jury what the persons unit does.
We do everything from harassment, simple assaults, all the way up to homicides.
If anything is a crime against a person, usually it goes beyond.
Yes, sir.
So around noon or so, did you get called to go out to a place on the corner of Pine Street and Plum
Yes, sir.
in Beaumont? And what was the purpose?
A lieutenant had called me stating that our traffic unit was out there and they had got called out because they thought it was a traffic accident, hit and run fatality accident. But as they were investigating it, they figured it wasn't that and it was a homicide, so they called us.
Okay. Did you go to the scene?
Yes, sir, I did.
Were there already a bunch of officers from traffic that had been all over the crime scene?
Yes, sir.
And had they marked a bunch of things, items out in the roadway?
Yes, sir, they were.
Now, when traffic marks a lot of things in the roadway, they don't use cones, they use
Spray paint.
spray paint, orange spray paint, sometimes different colors, but did they do that at this location?
Yes, sir.
Just a quick deal, State's Exhibit 1, was that Pine and Plum, is that where you were dispatched or called to go to?
Yes, sir.
You don't get dispatched, you get called.
Yes, sir.
Now, while you're there, was there a person in the ditch,
Yes,
a
sir.
deceased person? And did you later learn what his name was?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
Christopher Smith.
Was there anyone who could tell you how long Christopher Smith had been in that ditch?
No, sir.
Is there any way to tell how long he had been in that ditch unless you had somebody tell you or there was a camera pointing in that direction?
That's probably the only two ways.
Matter of fact, did y'all go to look at some of the buildings right around that and see if there were any cameras pointing in that direction?
Yes, sir.
Did you find any pointing in that direction?
I know some of the patrol guys had found, I think, one camera. They talked to the owner of the residence. The batteries in the camera didn't work. They said it didn't record. I believe later on there was another camera that was facing not in that direction. That's about the only two that we located.
So one was facing the wrong way and one wasn't working.
Correct. Yes, sir.
You find that a lot sometimes when you're hoping a camera catches something.
Yes, sir.
So now we don't have a camera pointing. We know just what time you got called. Was it a 911 call that somebody called and said there was somebody in the ditch?
I don't recall.
Traffic was, I think we had officers testify, they went about 11:17 in the morning. What time did you get there?
I want to say it was right before 1 o'clock.
Okay, so they've been out there for a little while with traffic looking at it.
Yes, sir.
So when you arrived, what was the scene like? I mean, as far as was it just localized or was there debris scattered in different places?
Obviously they already had crime scene tape around the perimeter and area. There was a crowd of people kind of standing around watching. I did see that the officers had already marked some of the cones, and then ID techs had put out, I believe, some of the yellow cones with the numbers on it to mark what everything with officers had found at that point.
Looking at States 97, this is a map that where that red dot is at, sort of been testified to. That's what his body was. It's in that general area. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And this street running up and down is Pine Street. Am I right?
Correct. Yes, sir.
And Plum Street goes this way, east and west, or right to left. All right. Am I right?
Oh,
Right to
yes,
left?
sir. Yes.
Okay. And so when you looked, where was the debris kind of mostly scattered from and to?
believe it was from where Simmons and Pine.
Is that right here where Simmons is?
Yes, sir. And all the way down to Plum Street there.
Okay. Was it a lot of debris or just few items?
It was a few items.
Looking at State's Exhibit 105, were some of the items in here, what was scattered out on the road?
Yes, sir.
And what was it out of this bag that was kind of scattered?
Garden, plastic garden rake.
Was it parts of the little plastic that was scattered up to Simmons, Fort Simmons?
Yes, sir.
And where did we find most of the sticks?
I want to say, remember correctly, there was more of it by Simmons Street, and then over by Plum, I think there was little shards of the thick itself.
Right next to the body where there, let me show you a picture. Let's just kind of do it this way. Look at State's Exhibit 34. Is this on Pine Street looking down towards Plum?
Yes, sir.
Is this where the body is, where this blue is underneath this black plastic here? That's
Yes, sir.
stretched across. 35. Do we see? This is where the body was. That correct up here at the top?
Correct. Yes, sir.
And right here, is this one of the things that we're calling debris?
Looks like water rake. Yes, sir.
Okay. 36. Does that look a little closer view of it so you can tell what it is?
Yes, sir.
And then 37. Is that even a closer view?
Yes, sir.
So we're looking at it, it kind of looked like parts of this rake were scattered between Simmons and Plum, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And then when you get to 38, what are these little circles showing? Can you tell?
That is where our traffic unit, when they come out to mark the scene, when they believe it's an accident, they'll look at all the debris, usually cars or people's clothing, shoes, and they'll mark those. That way, later when they go to shoot the scene with their machine, they have focal points they focus on and shoot.
So whether it's tied to that accident or tied to murder, they're just limiting what they see in the roadway so they can map it out.
Yes, sir.
Looking at 39, what are we looking at here?
It's where Mr. Smith was laying, and then that looks like part of the rake. And
This part of the rake right here?
yes, sir.
Does this look like other items that are marked?
Yes, sir.
And we'll look at those here in 40. Can you tell what this item is up here? Look like gum,
Yes, yes.
package of gum.
The backside of the package.
And this right here, did this turn out to be some mail?
I believe so.
Does it have what appears to be blood on it?
Yes, sir.
And then this up here, what do we got here?
Part of the rake.
That's the same in 41, pretty much the 3 items, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And 42 is that a close up of that rake plate?
Yes, sir.
And 43, what is this?
Looks like the possibly have letters. It's in his pocket.
Does it have, right here, does it have the name Chris written or looks like class?
Maybe class.
Class or Chris, one or the other? And this 44, is this the other side of it?
Yes, sir.
45, is that the gum?
Yes, sir.
And 46, what are we seeing here?
That's where Christopher was laying.
What are these orange things that are sprayed all over here?
We believe that's part of the stick to the rake.
Okay. 47. What are we looking at?
Just another view farther down in the ditch.
And we've got these items that you think may be part of that wreck, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
48,
Same thing.
49,
Same thing. Yes, sir.
50,
Part of the rake.
51, is that a closer view of that?
Yes, sir.
52,
Just a different area, but what appears to be the rake.
Now you had the debris of the plastic parts that were going down from Simmons down to this area where the body's found on Plum. Were most of the sticks found right here in this area?
Yes, sir.
53.
Or the rake.
Before I forget, on any one of these poles, any one of these, did you ever find any sharp objects sticking out of them like nails or screws or anything that could cause puncture wounds or something?
No, sir.
Looking at 54. What's marked over here?
Looks like a puddle of blood.
55.
Some more blood. Some change.
So all these in 56, is this like getting a little bit more to the left, looking at that puddle of blood?
Yes, sir.
Could you tell what was left out here by this puddle of blood?
A cell phone and some change.
57.
Same thing.
Now 58, can we see what kind of phone that was?
Yes, sir. That's
And 59, let me do 59, it's easier. So this phone, was it determined to belong to the victim, or do you know?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Was there any reason after you got through with the end of the day of even looking at the phone?
For me, no, sir.
Okay.
No.
Who was the lead detective?
Detective Robichaux,
Okay. Looking at 60, what are we looking at here?
the rake.
That's the end piece of this and States Exhibit 105, am I right?
Yes, sir.
This part right here?
Yes, sir.
61,
Like part of the rake there.
this little 62, is this little close up a bit?
Yes, sir.
And 63, what is that?
Part of the rake.
64,
Part of the handle for the rake.
65,
Same thing.
is that, can we tell that a splinter?
It's like probably when it splintered off when the rake was broken.
Okay, 66,
Same thing.
67,
Another splinter piece.
okay, and the rest of these are these pictures of the wreck.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what we have in States Exhibit 105, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So it was determined, even though there was a bunch of debris, that this was not a traffic accident, am I correct?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Joe. People show pictures of them. Did you, because of that, go and examine Mr. Smith laying in the ditch?
Yes, sir.
Let me show you what's marked as 72 to 96 and see if you recognize them.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to make a call here. As interesting as that is, watching, it takes some time to go through this. Why don't we take a break here? 5-10 minutes, stretch your legs, relax, and then we'll pick up where we left off. Okay, thank you. Everyone else remain seated while the jury exits first. All right, the state has tendered and moves for admission states exhibits 72 through 81 and 83 through 96. Response?
Authority. Judge.
Or do you stand by your objections that were made previously? Those particular objections were overruled that are not part of this, and I sustain an objection, part of the objection in this cluster of exhibits, and the court finds 72 through 81 and 83 through 96 are admitted. You may publish. Ladies and gentlemen, some of these are graphic, as you can imagine by the nature of the case we're dealing with. Thank you for bearing with us.
Detective, let me show you States Exhibit 72. Was that Christopher Smith?
Yes, sir.
Now, at first glance, what is the first thing you notice on the top of his head?
The blood coming from the right side of his forehead.
Does it look like he has an injury to his forehead?
Yes, sir.
And if the forensic pathologist described that injury to his forehead, that would be an accurate statement, would it?
Yes, sir.
Looking at states 73. We still see this blood coming from this injury, is that right, from the forehead?
Yes, sir.
And is there, it's hard to tell, but is there another injury that starts over here and kind of goes on the temple area of his head?
Does look like it's swollen there. Yes, sir.
When we look at 74, is that a little bit better angle of this line through here?
Yes, sir.
And does it appear to be blood in his head,
Yes, sir.
in his hair, sorry? Looking at 75, what are we looking at here?
His stomach area.
Now, we don't see any injuries on this side, do we?
No, sir.
I'm looking at 76, what are we looking at here?
Photograph a little farther out.
A little farther and also a little bit more on his side, is it not?
Yes, sir.
And do we see his arm? Do we see any injuries on his arm here?
No, sir.
Do we see,
I didn't touch.
we don't
the thing.
see anything. I see nothing.
Stand by, it'll automatically.
Yes, sir.
Turn back.
Turn this back on. I'll let this overhead warm up a minute, Judge.
Okay.
All right.
See, look at this, the box, you see, obviously.
So looking at his hands in State's Exhibit 76, do we see any injuries?
No, sir.
And looking at 77, do we see any injuries on his knuckles?
No, sir. We don't.
When people are in fights and hitting other people, do they sometimes have injuries or bruises or scratches to their knuckles or their hands?
Yes, sir. They do.
78, what are we looking at here?
Another puncture wound right there on the side.
So this is kind of a long puncture wound in it. It's got a lot of little tiny punctures in it, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
And that was on, I believe it looks like that was on his left side. If the tattoo is
Yes, sir.
going over here. Okay, yeah. Look at the states 79. Now, when the officers found him, was he face down in the ditch?
Yes, sir. I believe it was.
And did EMS kind of roll him over to look at him?
Yes, sir.
So he wasn't found like this, he was actually laying face down in the ditch, am I right?
Correct.
Can you see blood in the grass around him?
Yes, sir.
Matter of fact, what is this right here?
Looks like blood.
And this,
Some more blood.
and all this down here?
Blood.
What does this look like right up here?
The rake.
We're talking about the rake. We look at State's Exhibit 105. Does it look like this part right here, this little triangular part?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 80. What do we see on his back right here?
Another injury to the back there.
81.
Close up of the injury there.
83. What is this?
Some more injuries that were located on.
So we got the injury on the forehead, we got the injury on the side of the head. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
We got the injury on his right side. Is that right?
Or
Or his left side, or left side. And this injury, where's it located? Let me go back.
That's the one on his back, a little bit lower. I'd have to see that picture.
Yeah, so this is continuing on to his backside, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Would that be consistent with somebody being assaulted with something?
Appears to me, yes, sir, it does.
Could it be consistent with being assaulted with that rake?
Potentially, yes, sir.
Looking at 84.
I believe that's the contents in his pocket that we're looking at.
He had some ID that identified him as Christopher Smith, didn't it?
Correct, yes, sir.
Looking at 85.
His keys that were on his belt loop there.
Okay. 86.
Appears to be his belt where there's a puncture wound.
Is this in the belt kind of a puncture wound?
It looks like it, or a tear. Of course, it could have.
Could have been a tear from anywhere else.
Yes.
But if you look at that wound on him, State's Exhibit 101, does that match more of this tear right here
Yes, sir.
in State's Exhibit 86? And also, we can't see with the shirt. I don't think we can get the shirt lifted up. But looking at State's Exhibit 102, does it appear that some more injuries are on his left side?
Yes, sir.
Now this is down here is where that puncture wound was, wasn't it? The little dots right here.
Yes, sir.
But there's another one up here by the under the armpit, is there not?
Yes, sir.
State's 87. It appeared he was wearing some red shorts underneath his other shorts.
Yes, sir.
Now his other shorts weren't red before he got stabbed, were they? His other pants weren't red before he got stabbed, were they?
I believe they were khaki pants.
So all this redness around these is blood, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So if the forensic pathologist again said he bled to death, there would be a lot of blood, would there not?
Correct.
And it looks like it soaked into his pants, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Looking at State's Exhibit 88. Is that trying to point to a puncture underneath the shorts?
It appears to be, yes, sir.
And then 89.
Just an upper view of when we
Was the stab wound in this area right here?
right there where you
Right here?
up a little bit to your right.
Right over here?
No, I think it's
Oh, my right over here.
oh, sorry.
My other right.
Yeah, around in that area.
Right in that area.
Yes, sir.
Looking at State's Exhibit 90. Is this it?
Yes, sir.
Which would be at the edge of the shorts where this was, right in this area, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 91. Flipping this way. What are we looking at here?
It might have been before we pulled his shirt up to look at everything.
Was this his left arm?
Yes, sir.
We looked at his other arm, did we not?
Correct.
And then 92.
A closer shot of t-shirt and stomach area,
93.
the lower part of his torso.
So if we take 93 and we add 94 to it, does this kind of give you, I don't think I can get it back up that high. Does that kind of give you an idea of how much blood there was on this man?
Yes, sir, it does.
Are his pants, was there blood from the top of his pants all the way down to where his shoes were?
Believe
On one of his legs.
right side, there was more blood all the way down.
Looking at 95. Is that his right leg?
Yes, sir.
96. Is this ankle, is this his right leg?
Yes, sir.
You had an opportunity to sit in the office whenever y'all were talking to different people. Am I correct?
Correct.
Did y'all talk to several people whose names came up? Like a Chadwick Hawkins and different people, am I right? With Robichaux and some other y'all as detectives. Were other people ruled out as far as their participation in any kind of assault on Christopher Smith?
Yes, sir.
And then that evening on April 4th, did someone come to the police station to say that they're the ones that made the stabbing?
Yes, sir.
And was that a person by the name of Jermaine? Oh my gosh, I just lost it. The Jermaine Reader. I lost some brain in my brain. Jermaine Reader.
Yes.
And do you see Jermaine Reader in the courtroom?
Yes, sir.
And can you point to him, describe an article of clothing he's wearing?
On a long sleeve, white and looks like gray button up shirt.
Record reflect he's identified the defendant.
Yes, it will.
Now, you were along with Detective Robichaux. You sat in for his statement. Am I correct?
Correct, yes, sir.
And I'm going to go through the statement with Detective Robichaux. But you also got to see physically what the defendant looked like. Am I correct?
Yes, sir, I did.
Did you note any severe injuries on Mr. Reader's body?
No, sir, I didn't see.
When you were looking, did he have, like he said, he had a knot on his head? Did he have a knot on his head?
He, believe on the left side, he might have had a little one, but on his hands, he did have some old injuries, but they were scars, not fresh.
Okay, but no bleeding, no bruising,
No,
nothing on his arms or his sides or anywhere?
No, sir.
Did he, matter of fact, try to tell you that he got hit on the side?
I believe he said he got hit in the head, his side, and it was just kind of done all up.
Have him lift up his shirt to show you?
Yes, sir.
Did you see any injuries on him?
No, sir.
Was there one injury on his entire body that you could find that backed up anything what he told you?
Not consistent with what he was telling us, no, sir.
When you got through taking his statement, what did y'all do with Mr. Reader after listening to his story and looking and seeing what he said?
He was placed under arrest.
Okay. Did y'all send people out to go try to verify anything from his story to find boards with nails in it, sticks with
I
nails in it?
believe Robichaux did go try to find the board, I believe maybe the next morning,
Okay.
of what he was telling us.
Was anything ever found that backed up his story?
No, sir, it wasn't.
Other than the rake?
Correct.
Was the rake, did y'all have trouble following his story?
There was several different versions. He was all over the place when he did tell us. We asked him several times to explain it, walk us through it. Each time was a little bit different. If we would lead him into a question or suggest something, he'd go, "Oh yeah, that." It was just, he was all over the place on several different versions of it.
So after listening to all that, you arrested him for murder. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I'll pass with
Defense.
Thank you, Judge. Detective, how are you?
Good, you, sir.
Good, thank you. Have you seen the interview? I know it was 4 years ago. Have you seen it recently?
Yes, sir, I did.
And it's refreshed your memory?
Yes, sir.
And he was all over the place.
Yes, sir, he was.
He was having a tough time answering your questions,
Correct.
tough time articulating.
Yes, sir.
He talked about the rake, did he not?
Yes, he did.
And he talked about his stick.
Correct.
And y'all were spent a lot of time trying to, is it a stick, rake, board, all that? And you're trying to distinguish what he was talking about at any time?
Yes, sir. We had him walk us through what he was trying to tell us, so yeah, we did.
Let me show you. May I approach him?
Yes.
Let me show you. Exhibit 105, it's already been introduced. Have you seen this in a while?
I saw it yesterday, but hadn't seen it since the day of. And so,
And there's a stick in this package, is there not? Well, sorry.
yes, I believe it's part of the rake itself.
Well, this says pieces of broken rake and a wooden stick.
Yeah, there's some stick part is wooden for the rake.
You're assuming all this is part of the rake
Correct, yes, sir.
and no other item.
Yes, sir.
Let me show you. Oh, bear with me a minute. Let me show you what's been marked. Came into evidence earlier. Exhibit 51. Is that part of the rake or could it be something else?
I believe that's part of the rate.
But you can't say for sure, can you?
It appears to be, I can't say 100%, but pretty 99% sure that it's part of the rate.
Show you exhibit 105 again. This piece, we just looked at. Now, I want to see what the. Are you certain that's part of the rake? This piece.
I believe so. It kind of has the same structure, but so I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like part of the rate.
These definitely does not part of the rake, then, huh?
Yes, you gotta remember that rake. When you buy rakes like that, it's probably 4 foot tall altogether. That's just like half the rake out there.
And I know Mr. Blair had asked earlier, were you able to talk to anybody else?
Nobody else came forward. While we were on scene, officers had supposedly talked to several people that saw it, but they didn't want to give their information and refused to cooperate with anybody. As far as we had some other suspects that as we're investigating, people call say, hey, it might be so and so. So we had 2 people go to the station and interview them, and they were ruled out. Just when your client showed up and wanted to talk to us.
Do you know any of that area, but up and down the street people by their nicknames? Or street names?
I had been off patrol for a little bit at that time, so a lot of newer people I didn't. It would have been 10 years ago when I was on patrol. I would know a lot of nicknames, but that day I did not. No, sir.
So Cool Ray doesn't ring a bell?
No, sir.
Or C Doug?
No, sir.
Or Little D?
No, sir.
Or J Rock?
I believe Jay Rock was the client's nickname.
And Big Chad?
Never heard of him. I didn't even know J Rock until that day. I learned that was his nickname.
Gordy, does that ring a bell?
Yes, sir. That was one of the people were claiming that was part of it while we were on the scene.
And Big Chad was Chad Harwick?
I believe so, yes, sir.
Thank you, Dick.
Yes, sir.
That's one.
Nothing further this witness, Judge.
This man excused?
Please, Judge.
You're excused, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, please.
Call James.
James Robichaud.
And how you're employed?
I'm employed with the Beaumont Police Department,
How long have you worked for them?
34 years.
And what's your current assignment?
I'm a detective right now with the Financial Crimes Unit.
Back on April 4th of 2022, were you a detective with the Beaumont Police Department?
Yes, sir.
And in what division were you back then?
I was with Crimes Against Persons.
People kind of shift from different crimes against to crimes against property, crimes against
Yes.
persons. Why is that the shift goes on?
Well, the older you get, the more you don't want to be called out at 2 o'clock in the morning and 3 o'clock in the morning on stabbings and shooting. And so as you get older, you kind of transfer into more
So you slowed your life down a
Monday
little.
to Friday gigs. Yes, sir.
There you go. About 12:30, 1 o'clock, I don't know, did you get a call to go to an address? It's the corner of Pine Street and Plum Street in Beaumont, Texas.
Yes, sir. I got a text message actually.
Okay. And did you go to that crime scene?
Yes, I did.
Now, I've gone over all the crime scene with the prior detective. Was Detective Torres out there with you?
Yes, sir, he was.
And were you kind of taking lead on this particular case?
Yes, sir, I was.
When you're out there, was there anyone who came forward to try to tell you, I know what happened?
No, sir.
Matter of fact, did you see Jermaine Reeder there? Was he there to say, hey, I did this?
No, sir.
Was he anywhere in the area that you could see?
No, sir.
So when you walked this area, did you see all the debris from Simmons all the way down to Plum Street on Pine Street?
Yes, sir, I did.
Could you tell by looking at that what in the world had happened out there on that street?
No, no, sir.
And so when you got to looking at Christopher Smith lying in the ditch, could you tell what had happened?
No, sir.
You could tell he was murdered, am I right?
Yes, sir.
But you couldn't tell who or what, how it happened.
Correct.
Did you look around and see if there were any cameras pointing in that general direction?
Yes, sir.
And were there any pointing in that direction?
That particular area across the streets to the right, to the left, and even to the back is all vacant lots. There's one house that's catty corner and the other lots are vacant to this side. So really there's only one house and they didn't have cameras.
Was there a business that was right there, kind of like a little
It
gray?
was a vacant parking lot and a vacant hair. It used to be a barber shop back in the day.
Okay.
But it's been vacant for years. And there was a camera on it, but it was old.
So were you given people off the street that you went and talked to, kind of look at to see if they in fact were the ones that did this?
Yes, sir. But like normal, we started hearing street names coming, people walking by, people talking.
I was going to ask you, when you have this, does everybody have an opinion about who did it?
Yes, sir.
And do you normally sometimes get a good lead out of that?
Yes, sir. We do.
But most of the time, are you just chasing people around?
That is correct.
Matter of fact, was there a call about a man hiding behind some trash can at a building nearby that they thought had done it?
I'm not sure.
Okay, but you get calls like that, don't you?
All the time.
So at the end of the day, are you talking to some of those people that were mentioned out on the street?
Yes, sir.
And were they becoming viable suspects, or had you ruled those out?
After we interviewed most of them and talked to them, we had ruled them out. We were beginning to rule them out.
By ruling them out, you don't just take their word for it, do you?
No, sir.
You kind of check and see what they're telling you is the truth.
Yes, sir.
So was there anybody though that you developed as a suspect?
I had only been on the scene about an hour and a half, and we were only back and had interviewed 2 people at that time that the whole investigation changed. So at that point, we were still talking to people, but we were realizing that they had good alibis.
So at that point, you didn't know who had done this yet.
No, sir.
And then did you get a call that somebody had shown up to the police station?
Yes, sir, I did.
And who was that person that showed up at the police station?
Mr. Reed,
Was he alone?
he was with his aunt, and I had to look back at my word.
Was it with his mother? Did she come in?
Mother, and I believe his aunt. Yes.
Okay. And did they come in and present you with some things?
Yes, sir.
And what did they give you?
They presented me with a knife that was wrapped in like a paper towel or a cloth.
Now, did it turn out that that would be the knife that was used in this offense?
That's what Mr. Reeder informed us.
And before we go too much further, let me show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 107. You see if you recognize its contents. To touch it, you had to anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. This knife hadn't been cleaned up any since this happened, has it? So there's potential blood still, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Is this the knife that was given to you by the defendant and by his mother, or by Jermaine Reader and his mother that night on April 4th, 2022.
Yes, sir.
Tender States 107, I've already shown the defense counsel this once, so I'll show him again.
No objection to 107.
It's admitted.
Well, the pipe has a distinct marking on the other side, also I want to flip this on.
So we're talking about this red marking on this.
Yes, sir. This is described in the interview.
Okay. Now, the person that gave you that napkin, you see him in the courtroom today?
Yes.
And can you talk to him, describe an article of clothing he's wearing?
Bring the button down, sure it was white with threads.
Record reflect he's identified the defendant.
Yes, it will.
So what was his purpose of coming to the police station?
He said he wanted to come talk to us about the situation that had happened.
So when he came in, since he brought in, did he say he's the person y'all were looking for?
Yes, sir.
And since he said that, was he placed into custody?
Not at that point, he was taken upstairs for an interview.
Okay. But was he in cuffs when he came up to do the interview?
Yes, sir.
All right, so he was placed in where he was in
He was
detention.
lawfully detained. Yes,
He
sir.
wasn't going anywhere.
He wasn't going.
So in order for you to take a statement from a defendant who does that, did you actually do what we call read him his Miranda right?
Yes, sir.
So before this statement, first of all, who all was in the room?
Myself and Detective Torrance.
Nobody else. And this man had come in there pretty much voluntarily, right?
Correct.
But you still read him, did you read him the following? Did you tell Mr. Reader that he had the right to remain silent, not make any statement at all, that any statement he made may be used against him at his trial?
Correct. I read them one at a time and had him answer each one individually because I wanted to make sure he understood.
Okay, so he understood that and went on to the next one.
Yes, sir.
Did you tell him that any statement he makes may be used as evidence against him in court?
Correct.
And did he understand that?
Yes, sir. He said he did.
Okay. Then did you tell him that if he is unable to employ a lawyer, he has the right, under number 3, he has the right to have a lawyer present to advise him prior to and during any question?
Correct.
And did he understand
Yes,
that?
sir. He did.
And did you tell him that if he is unable to employ a lawyer, that he has the right to have a lawyer appointed to advise him prior to and during any question?
Correct.
And did he understand that?
Yes, he acknowledged.
And did you tell him he had the right to terminate the interview at any time?
Yes, sir.
And so did he acknowledge all those rights?
This was, he agreed to speak with us.
Okay. So did you take a statement? How do you go about taking a statement from defendants most of the time?
As far as, we have them sit in the chair and, we ask them if they want any water or anything and, we have a camera system and then we just start talking to them.
Okay. And was it recorded?
Yes, sir.
So recorded from the start to the finish?
Start to finish. Yes, sir.
At the very first, you kind of had somebody come in, take some photographs to make sure that he didn't have any injuries on him.
Yes, sir.
But later on in the video, you actually see where you're looking at his hands and looking at him closely. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
And you were looking for any type of injury that you could see. Am I right?
Correct.
Did you see any recent injuries to where you could say he was in a fight?
No, sir.
So let me show you what's marked as states 106. You recognize this?
Yes, sir, I did.
And did you watch it in my office today?
Yes, sir, I did.
And does it fairly accurately the statement that you took from the defendant on April 4th of 2022?
Yes, sir, it does.
Tender states 106.
Your Honor, the defense has been provided a copy of 106. We have no objection.
It's admitted.
Permission to publish?
Granted. How long is this?
The actual length of him in that room is over an hour, but I'm playing 44 minutes of it. And I may shorten it a little bit. Well, now we're gonna bring some. That we're getting on another player. Is this where the photographs were being taken?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And back in were some of the things uploaded into your watch guard system?
System, yes.
And did y'all have issues with watch guard?
Yes, sir.
And do you know that these photographs did not make it over with all the stuff that we have?
I did today.
Okay. But you examined them yourself, and we'll see.
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay.
Where you live at? Okay, I'm taking my road show, and this is Jake Torres, and appreciate you coming in. So I know there's some things you probably want to get off your chest, and you want to talk to us about it, and we'll get to that in just a second. If you can give me your full name. What's your name first, sir? And how old does it make you? 25. Where you live at?
James Avenue, 960.
Okay, okay. In 7th Street. You live there with your mom? And phone number?
I'm going to phone is 223-6612.
Okay.
Hold on. Are we able to increase the volume so?
So this is what we do is until we can,
Thank you.
talk to y'all, I'm already you random, okay? I need you to agree, every one of us already, okay? We'll go back to that. You have the right to remain silent and not make any statement at all. Any statement you make may be used against you at your trial, do you understand that? Yes? Okay. Any statement you make may be used as evidence against you in court, do you understand that? Yes? Gotcha. You have the right to have a lawyer present to advise you prior and during any questioning, you understand that? Okay. If you're unable to, you have the right to have a lawyer appointed to advise you prior to during any questioning, you understand that? Okay. You have the right to terminate your interview at any time, understand that? That's good. Do you understand each of the rights I've explained to you? Okay. Having these rights in mind, do you waive these rights to agree to speak this time? Okay. So you decided to go down here to the station, so what made you want to do that?
Because with my problem, I know it's my code. I'm murdering out to eat, but with my problem, I need to see everything.
Okay, you said the number you did? Okay,
For self-defense.
okay,
You want it like I killed you on purpose.
okay,
Some people, my first 3 times, I ain't seen an hour right there.
okay,
He hit me over 3 times in my face.
okay,
And they had a nail cut.
okay,
And I dug me. Like, so I'm lying 3 times in my face. Then, the thing came on face. So let's get it straight and get it over, get it off my chest. Cause you see me stole my little, my body, my dog died. Okay. You do all I did is into this house and do my stuff, okay? I know he did, things be my mama, ex, good,
okay, who is that? Who's he?
Terry Cassidy,
No, who the guy we talked about the issue before?
oh, Chris Cassidy,
Chris who?
Chris Cassidy, Chris Smith.
Chris Smith, okay, that's Chris Smith, okay, so let's go back and start. Tell me about your day this morning.
Like today, we started off good until he came It came to your house. No, it came up down the street where I live from. Okay. I was sitting down with the other me, sitting in the house.
And what was that at?
That was, I didn't need that street.
Yeah, okay, good.
Sitting there.
You sitting there with them guys, okay?
Until came around. Then he took my bike and ran off. Telling them, can I have my stuff right there? Telling them, no, it's my stuff.
So we took your bike and where'd you go?
To his house and
His house, and where's he live at?
they were living,
Yeah, he took your
they got a little barn on the third. You get a house, and all the way he's gonna live in his own. He live in a bag, he got a TV, that little bag. It's fine.
Okay, he lives in the tent to that. Okay. What kind of bike is it?
It's like a little BMX. Okay, it's a little gravy that I just brought it yesterday.
Who you got from?
From a woman that said she got it from him.
Okay.
And they sold it.
Okay, so he's with somebody she bought it. How much she bought for?
She told me to give her 10.
Okay. So he took your bike, did you follow him to his house?
And I just went over there after he left on me. Cause he was going fast on me.
Okay, so you knew where he was going.
I know he leaving.
Okay.
He bullets.
Okay, y'all need to be friends.
Until he attacked me and pump from a stick, they hold the nail on. I ain't gonna kill myself.
Okay, so you follow him, you go to his house, and he's got your bike, and then tell me about that, what happened when you got there?
Yeah, they pulled already in his hand.
Okay,
When I walked towards the little street, shit I gave him my face 3 times. And I said, man, you look at it, I gave him a little simple warning. I'll leave you at the ball. And the people on Fire Street seen it too. Okay, he even tried to bring him in some drama. Trying to call him out. Like, I mean, not out, like, no beef stuff. Trying to jump on their thing while they enjoying their life. Okay. They had property on their house. Okay. So, I said, this ain't with them people. This is me and you. I want my stuff paid. I said, I'm big if you want to.
yeah, but you
I'm gonna realize first.
okay,
One person to know everything. So, you see, I ain't even since the phone. Yeah, Steve was like right there. But I heard that, he's gone.
okay. So, you don't told him about your bike on Leaky Street, or Pine Street.
Which is so leaky what he did.
Right, but where did you approach him about your bike at?
By D&D.
Okay, so he was on Pine Street with the bike.
He ran past time.
Okay,
Because he was on the bike riding. So he just
got you.
then he went to his house, his ain't old house.
Okay,
So he got out that way, he kept on living in the back of the tea.
okay. But where did he assault you at?
He saw me on Leaky.
Okay,
And so he seen me walking up towards his house. You see that people with it, it's like a broom speed. I got 2 meals in one broom speed. I mean, not small.
that's what he had.
Yeah.
So you some nails in it.
Yeah,
Okay, so he hit you with that, then what happened?
so I got real mad.
Okay,
And attacked him back.
you attacked him back on Leaky Street.
No, it wasn't no leak, cause he,
So he took off after he hit you?
no, he was still, he tried to run me off, cause he was trying to bang me up. Like, thinking I'm scared about it. I said, man, just give me my stuff, and alright, I go home. I'm gonna even go home.
Okay,
If you give me my stuff, and I'll do it. He just ain't want to walk. No,
all right,
cause he speed killed him.
okay.
He was crying when he walked through it to the tree. And everybody by that tree could tell you everything.
Okay. So after he hit you, what happened?
That's when I got real angry. I do have a little tip that I had.
Okay.
I know I used to be angry with me, but I cooled it off. I know how to walk it off. Like, he didn't run off, he was bad news. But I took the thing off. Him. But I didn't mean to do, cause she never hit me first, right? First, right? Physically,
So he approached you on the fight.
you know.
What happened then?
When he was this thing, and he doesn't do, think he's trying to kill.
Right,
So I'm gonna keep back, don't kill me.
right.
I ain't saying I'm killing them. I'm a person that go to church
Okay,
every week.
okay. So after the issue, what did you do?
I tag my baby.
Okay, how'd you do that?
All I did is use my fist at first.
Uh-huh.
Cause I had that little thing in my pocket.
What thing?
The knife that I had.
Okay,
Yes. So you still start biting me off like, I'm like, man, come on, man, kill him. Why you know you do? You keep up. So try to break it up without you get up so just try to bite me through. And try to put me in the lock, but I got loose.
okay.
Got up, I took that knife back home to my mom. I said, I'm taking this away from you. Hey, you might see me on the roof. I ain't waiting because I ain't came out ever.
Okay, so this guy, did you stab him?
Not him from behind.
Okay,
In front of him.
because you brought up the knife, and then you kind of went past it.
You know, he was, I understand him on his stomach.
Okay. So during the fight, you stabbed him, or after the fight, or?
Yeah. I mean, not out of the fight. I'm talking about the fight I said.
Okay, let's go back to that. Tell, can you give a little bit more detail on the fight and what point you stabbed him?
Keep him off, keep him on heat. That
Oh, when you checked here with
the whole thing.
okay,
Cause he tried to do it again. Started fighting.
right?
I ain't want that to happen. Cause he was hurt. Like, I was still my ears and everything.
Right.
But I ain't wanna hurt you.
Gotcha.
Tried it first. Cause you know how the kid season and you know people don't need to eat on me. And people would have seen it if I died too. They'd put you in jail. Besides me.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that was serious.
Okay, yeah, so he hit you in the head with the nails in it, and then at some point, did you pull the knife out?
Yeah.
Okay,
I got angry.
well, you pulled the knife out.
You know, it would be him conversing each other. Like some words.
That's when you pulled the knife out.
Then when he hit me, that's not a guy I.
Okay, once you got it out, you did.
So when he just when attacked me back,
You got it. And what you did when you attacked him back with the knife?
I went home.
No, the physical altercation.
Oh, physical altercation. I just had him like what was. I
Okay,
said,
how did you stab? What was he standing? Was he
he
laying?
was standing up.
Okay, can you demonstrate it for me?
He just bagging us stuff.
Okay. And you just went straight forward?
I'm like, because he swung on me too.
It's on you just kind of,
Because I got the lockets.
okay,
I took that knife and stick out his hand, threw it.
right. Where did you stab him at? You remember?
Thing in his stomach.
In the stomach?
His
Okay.
stomach on his knee.
Did you say anything to him?
I say nothing bad to him because kept on calling him a B word and everything.
What did he say to you after you stabbed him?
They agree.
You didn't.
But the only thing he said, like, oh man, I hope they come get you. I hope they come get you. I said, I hope they come get you. You push some of the kids survive first. So you think gonna believe me and you? Are we in you? Let's see you gonna talk first. I will talk, not to the truth. Because if I let the truth out, that's when y'all all attack. And it always,
So, all right, at time and plum at this point when you're fighting,
you know,
at the intersection.
they slapped in my face. Another time when I went to his house with his stick, the other stick,
Okay.
he had the broom stick too. That's what I'm saying. He had two sticks.
What was the way?
You know, one they had a building.
Okay.
The broom stick, he had a screw in it, where he was screwing with like you know, he had a rake. He had a rake. Was a fancy thing. He was my
So you shoot with that?
yeah.
Okay.
And
Did it draw blood?
he didn't make no blood on my face, but I know it made it black.
Okay. All right. And, what did it look like?
It's like a black knife, like a pocket knife. That has a skeleton rig thing, skeleton rig drawing on it, like a tattoo drawing.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just got it out for my birthday.
Okay. Oh, let me say that. You buy that?
I was going to buy it myself.
Would you buy that?
But I think thanks. Delicious, okay. For your birthday, huh? How much you pay for it? About $19, okay, we'll do it. What happened to the bike after that? Did you drive all of it? Good. I didn't find it alone. You didn't, oh, and even done. Okay. What is it? Okay. Really? See, try it out. Say. Q, I. Hang on. Who all was hanging out at the tree with you? You know? I don't know their names, but I know they need things. What's their names? I know you know who, right? Who, right? Yeah. Yeah. They they had C Doug. C Doug. I'm talking about Lil D. Okay. Yeah, down the street from me. Okay. So they were all sitting there hanging out with you when he come up and stole your bike? Yeah, they seen what he stole your bike. When he walked up, did he say anything to you about the license? Yeah, but he said it's his bike. He burned off on it. When you get fast, I just let it loose. I was walk straight to your house with my little pet. How long do you think it took you to walk from the tree over there? Yeah, it ain't even far. Cause it ain't even far. It's about two or three blocks down. Okay. Way. So when you got up to his house, did you go up to the front of the house? Yeah, I went to the front on a little driveway. You know, with the he had this stick in his hand over there. So was he standing outside or he come up the house? He was standing outside. So you saw him standing there with no license? No, that you saw. And he denied it. So what else? Okay, somebody just saying another person out there taking up for him. So he might have put it in people's house. I don't know. Do you know who was outside with him? No. I don't know the people that he was in. He was in another person's yard. What's that house look like? No, green. I mean, like the house they said on little pink, the pink color house. Is it all lit? It's kind of like some little perch. Pigs. Okay. Pink pigs. It was all lit in the street. It's like next to, I mean, it's like next to the church. Next to the church, you know, right? Yeah. First, like, they got their white shirt, back to me. And so when you come walking up and he confronted you, what did he say? Trying to get your bike out of me. Now he learned about it all these. Oh, he did. Cause they trying to be in the trouble. Try to stay safe, and I ain't no papers now. By myself, keep me cool with everybody. So I'm calling for first. So I'm really kill it. He would take me first. Say, you would have attacked, I would have attacked you. Lord is real. Let me ask you this. When y'all were physically fighting there on Pine Street, did you see anybody sitting outside? Yeah. Do you know who these people were? I know they live. Can you describe the house? They live with a gate, by the house. They got private property and trespassing time. It's like by 7th Street and Plum Street. By the old little food markets. Was it a guy or girl? Well, it was both of them, father and mother. I know that the kids seem to man the kid outside with his swimmings and Plum, you said? But it was on Pine Street. Oh, okay, even on Pine. Was it white female, black female? Yeah, white female. And were they all sitting outside or what? Yeah, it was outside. Did they yell at y'all? The song or what? They didn't yell at us. They just said, we ain't got to be moved. I'm saying, we tried to bring me to me. They tried to bring him to he did, Chris Purdue. So, I'm saying, I'm with them. Keep on calling me a beef and everything. I'm like, man, these people ain't got nothing to do with this. It's me and your father. I'm trying to hurt them, but Okay, done.
Let me ask you this, when you told us you confronted him there at his house when he was young, and he come out with these boards, what happened at that point?
Right. See. So, first, so to give him a bite. And then when he came from boards.
Right there in front of his house?
Yeah, he was already standing outside with the other person.
Okay.
Guy wrote it. So, one thing, what was in the picture?
You know that?
No. Why,
Well, how did y'all end up from Lithia Street in front onto Pine Street?
because I walked away, he still was trying to approach me with his teeth. Okay. Yes or no? I'm like, man, keep on trying to attack me, I'm sorry. I'm really trying to be, hard for anything. And we got kids out here, younger than me, putting guns on people. Oh, sure.
So after, you went back home, said,
Yeah, I was gonna leave my mother in one.
how come you didn't call the police?
I ain't had no phone to say.
What's your mom say?
So when I see him down the news, I started knocking off my cheeks.
Okay,
I didn't know he was gone.
alright,
So it was, I heard. I didn't know he was really gone.
I didn't know he passed, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And who called the police, your mom? You did? Who decided to come up here? Told your mom?
Yeah, no, I'm not sleeping. Not sleeping.
You know what?
I said I wasn't a sleep person. I started to come up with this. I know real life. Tell the truth on everything. The whole Bible.
That's the thing to do.
Okay, I tell you, this was.
Did you tell anybody else besides your mom?
Oh no, I'm not gonna open it.
Did you do anything with the knife after he stabbed you?
Right home.
Brought it home?
I told my mother and Mary, so give it away from me.
Your mom took it.
But it was,
Did she clean it or anything, or?
oh no,
Oh, okay.
so it wasn't touched.
Okay.
Are those the same clothes you had on her?
Yeah, well, I got a shirt in the house, they're white. My just tells me shit.
So,
You got a shirt.
That one had blood on it?
Yeah, but I didn't know the school in the house at all.
did you have any injuries on your hands from it?
No,
You don't have any cuts or anything from the altercation?
it's gonna be.
Sir,
What about getting hit with the stick? Did you get hit on your body anywhere? Besides your head?
Right here on my side.
Is there a mark?
let's see, that's,
So, where'd you get that from? That was my first.
oh, this deal was a little red, but that's just, is it a deal with scan that when you're fighting?
Maybe.
Okay, do it over. Is that,
Yeah,
but yeah,
I got hurt. See, I got hurt, right?
the deal over you?
Right.
Okay.
I wanna stand up right quick and get your shirt up, show me exactly where you hit the stick.
Around him, even on my side. Probably got a bruise because
Yeah.
big size first.
You, they all work, they all hang out together much?
I don't have to do it free.
Okay.
I don't really know. For me, because yeah, since since his cousin was alive,
Couple years?
well, they would take.
Oh, they were dating.
Yeah, that's what I take.
So he was dating your mom?
So I think he got cousin.
Okay. So who is this to you?
There was a friend to
What's his name?
Chris, I didn't, yeah, I didn't. See,
This is the guy you had an altercation with, this is the guy you said. Yeah. You can come up here and sign this for me? Can you read, can you write? Can you write? This is Christopher Smith. This is Christopher Smith, this is. It's not Smith. Got into an altercation, I got into a fight. Listen. What the heck, anything else? What? Or, hey, good friend.
well, they know, the whole family know.
Did you tell anybody over at the tree after any of this?
I was straight on, week.
Okay, and I know Detective Torres asked you this, and we kind of wrapped it, but is there anybody, a name that you can give us that saw what happened? All of it, that we can go talk to? It's important.
Talk to the people that know, like gone, on my stuff, but
Sure.
when it started.
When y'all were fighting,
And before I ever hit an issue in the house, they saw it.
they saw it. Can you give me a better direction of what house we're talking about?
You know, when we come,
A Pine and Lawn. Okay, Pine and Lawn.
they close 6th Street. You know, they come,
Come on.
I don't know.
Say you're walking down Pine Street towards Cemetery, like going towards Pine and the River. What side of the street is it on?
It's on the right.
All right, that's all
Right,
right.
the corner right with Pine and Simmons.
We started fighting in the kind of city, but the house is like,
So what happens?
it's kind of like the,
Okay,
like a man and a woman still.
okay, I know what you're talking about, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were both outside, you seen the entire thing.
Child, ain't no good
I
child.
was kid was outside too.
So, this, let me go back and ask you, this board with a nail in it, describe that to me.
Yeah,
Are the screw in it or the nail or
the board.
it was a board or was it a stick?
Then the board is putting the little barrels to burn. I want to be political.
Like a 2x4?
Yeah, I'm saying something like that.
Okay,
Even that, it just, look like a broomstick.
Okay.
Even one of them, because they seen me hit me in my face. He even tried to put me in a ditch. Because he hit me in my face like about 5 times.
do you know where this board with the nail might be right now? Where?
By his house, because that's where he was with you.
Okay, on Lisa.
You know.
Okay.
Did you see him drop it?
Well, he waited with the little till he lost him back up. So
Okay. Let me just try to clarify, so we're understanding what you're saying first. You might not understand, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
When you first got to Lithia, he's standing outside with a gentleman at his house, correct? He's holding a 2x4, which you believe is a nail or a screw in it. Something sharp is on it.
yeah,
Okay.
why saying that?
So he hit you first with that board, the 2x4.
So I mostly because I don't do murder. The mistakes myself.
So once he hit you with the board,
So then I'm moving,
what did you do then?
you know, that's my attack. We start
First time?
my feet this way. If it's like, if you fight me first, okay, you try to bite me, then I put it knife out.
Okay.
I put the knife on the ground.
This is still in front of his house, correct?
It's not like, cause he hit me my feet, then I backed up on these streets. And then I try to approach him like, get away from my house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he's not gonna leave you in his house, and he's got that board, and you're back, and nothing else, how do you let you go? Okay.
So I was gonna run. I said, I ain't gonna run from me. But I let you get caught on to steal.
Okay.
So I heard you get on you. I ain't gonna.
So the physical part happened right there, fine about since.
You was gonna start to buy a house. But I let it do something. I kept on saying he didn't get. But try.
So at that point, was it just this from up to now?
Well, no, cause he had that board.
Yeah, that board. Okay. So that board should be somewhere you think around the street on the house?
And I can tell y'all, it's like a little jump, you're in the front, and the side. It's gonna go on the other side. It's like a little silver thing, that look like a refrigerator. Thing.
Is that outside the road there?
No, some like a little watch cake. I mean, a ZSC something, get the shit out. I want to get a big old box thing. It's a silver metal thing.
Okay.
Something like that.
And that's by his house on that view.
I see.
So you think that board is somewhere around there?
I hope so.
Okay. How many times you think he hit you with that 2x4?
He one of the night, like he was early by the house.
Okay.
We got on fire. That's when he really attacked me.
Okay.
See, thanks. My lips go by 3 times. Even trying. Okay. That's when we shot it. I just kept on. I ain't gonna get big. Okay. Well, that's understandable. Is that when you shot me? And I see empty. When you stabbed him how many times? 20 once. When he is battles, but
Was he standing in the street at that point? And then what happened after you stabbed him? Did he fall to the ground?
yeah, got the deeps. It was close by his stop sign.
Right.
Yes, cause we was already mostly in the ditch, but we was tussling each other, trying to get the cars, busy the road out the way.
Right.
I wouldn't find no mess in it.
Okay. But you stabbed him one time and then he fell in the ditch.
He was in the ditch, but he wasn't stabbed at that time
Okay.
cause he was on top of me.
Okay.
Cause when I rolled over, broke out of the lot, when he was heavy in the lot.
So he had a headlock in the ditch.
You know, when I got out of there, you know how I got, that's why I hit my head.
You got out of the headlock.
You know, that's not what you know.
Y'all go.
Cause I told him to stop this. He was trying to attack me, trying to go home.
Which way did you go home?
On Plum Street toward on Gray, and Plum and Gray. Then I turned on Gray. That's when I went to Siemens.
And where your house from there on Center?
No Siemens Avenue,
Yes, sir.
966.
967.
And don't please the great please.
It's really, it's really important because you come to us to, you want to talk to us. But when we talk about the actual fist fight, you kind of miss and you skip around a bunch. So if you can, I need you to focus for me. Take your time, no hurry. So y'all were at Pine and Plum. And let's go back and let's redo that again. So are you standing in the street at this point?
I was trying to get loose away from you.
Okay. Yeah, you said you had to get in the law, but y'all should go, you should line up in the edge, so.
I was on the side at first.
Mhm.
On the side. That's when we was fighting. He didn't get stabbed yet.
Right, Y'all in the street fighting,
Yeah,
am I correct?
that's when swung these other stick.
Swinging the other stick at you, okay?
Describe that one for me. The thing, the other stick, that was like a little, the new square thing, right? Yeah, right. A regular plastic, right thing. Okay, just screw the nails in. So,
Okay, so he's swinging the rake at you, the green rake. Okay, and then, what,
that's when you hit him, and not that.
okay, what did you attack him, and punch him, stand, let him hit the ground? Okay,
Punch him till he try to get what he can.
okay.
He tried to do.
Was he hitting you with that stick a bunch of times?
Yeah, more than 3.
Okay.
So what happened to that stick?
He broke by the stop sign.
From him hitting you with it?
You know. Other than that,
Did you ever grab that stick and pull it on his hands?
yeah, I grabbed him. He got me real mad. I grabbed it out of his hand. Pulled it away, but I held it from him. And I went to attack him like this. Trying to run up on me. Think he about to kill me or something. So he was on that speed.
Okay, so you pull that stick from him, and y'all are standing in the street, or kind of right by the ditch.
And then, cause I waved, I was still be right. Cause he was swinging more than he was. Okay. By the time he was swinging, and Steve, I waved. But he, not like, sorry, we hit, right? But I was about to step in the ditch again. Okay. And falling, but I ain't long,
So you fell in the ditch, you said?
said I was fine, but okay. So I was looking back too. But I hit my face, but I was watching my back still.
Okay,
My feet, I went back.
and then what happened?
That's when you say, that's when y'all say he was gone. Hey, you know that I was trying to cool off to go give me bodies. So I tried to give him more bodies, but I know he was gone.
He was already dead.
Cause he wouldn't when I left.
What was he doing?
He's sitting there saying, oh,
And what was he doing?
I hope the people come catch you.
He was laying in the ditch.
He was on side, like,
Outside the road?
he was on side of the ditch still, then he probably rolled in that ditch still. I didn't touch him with the ditch stuff. So it ain't no problem if I'm in a ditch. I don't put people in a ditch. I thought a ditch is full of snitches. He is not a snitch. I'm not a snitch.
So he was laying there, and he started moaning and groaning. And he told you, I hope they come get you.
I see, I hope they come grab you. You must start trying to kill first.
Let me ask you this, so you're telling us that he's swinging the stick and stuff and you eventually got it away from him. Like, let me ask you this. Before you pulled that stick away from him swinging it a bunch at you, had you already stabbed him at that point?
No, I stabbed him at the last knee.
Okay.
What made you do that?
When he tried to approach people, just think he hit me.
Because you already pulled the stick from you, right?
No, I ain't putting the other one from
The other one.
Okay, that's what I was confused about.
That's what we're trying to get at, is you're kind of bouncing around in your short.
So you got the stick.
Okay, I'm saying,
We'll say, look, when we refer to stick, we mean the rake. We'll say the 2x4 is the 2x. Okay,
I know what I said.
we just want to be clear that we understand what you're telling us, which one he was hitting with.
Yeah,
did you, when you left there, you said you were all talking? Did you pass by a store, anybody?
It's right now.
You didn't see anybody?
The train see on.
Did you think about going and calling 911
And still we never did. Yeah.
so you go home to that?
Yeah, then that's when I came over here with the because I knew it.
But when you was walking and you thought he was laying almost in the ditch, did it cross your mind maybe he probably needs medical help? Should I stop and ask someone to call the ambulance to come get him? To take him to the hospital, see if we can save his life? Did you ever think about that?
$1,000 I ain't had no phone on.
Okay. Did you see people you could stop and answer their phone? Okay.
I went outside.
Okay.
Inside the people like, no.
Did you say anything to those people?
When he got they see it fighting. When he like any else, and they see the fighting. Like, you see us doing physically to the Indian. Do you think they saw the part when he was hitting with the stick when you stabbed him? In my face. Right. As them people can get that, you know. Well, I don't understand, okay? You're right back. You got that one? Yes. Oh, you have it.
Just kind of speeded ahead. Do y'all ever come back and talk to him anymore?
No, sir.
You come in and just set the tape off and arrest him?
Yes, sir. We ended up calling and coordinating and running it by him.
Corey Nealon's with my office, you know.
Yes, sir. The felony intake. Account.
After that, you arrested him for murder.
Yes, sir. Since it was during working hours that we went ahead and gave him the call.
Let's kind of give the jury an idea here. Real fast. So where he was talking, where the defendant was talking about, this is State's Exhibit 97, where he was talking about hanging out and people, where the bike was actually taken was Grand and Live Oak, wasn't it? In this area?
Yes, sir.
And then he said that the defendant went to his home up in Lethia.
Yes, sir.
And somehow, after they had an altercation there, they ended up way back down here. Am I correct?
Right where the red dot is.
Right.
And he lives off Simmons over here. Right about right about there. He lives somewhere right off the Simmons. So he passed the street.
So he passed where he could have gone home,
Yes, sir.
and they ended up down here on Plum and Pine Street, right?
Correct.
And were you ever clear about how they got from Lethia and where the stabbing actually occurred?
No, sir.
Did the story change from the 2x4 was at Lethia and he left it there, but then this last part of the story, did he say the 2x4 was down there with them on Plum and Pine?
Correct.
Was there ever any type of injuries that backed up his story about a board or a stick with nails in it hitting him and causing him injuries?
No, sir.
Did you see, when you were looking at him, did you see any marks that showed where he had received any injuries from being hit or beaten by anybody?
No, sir.
Now, when we looked at the victim, and we've already gone over this, were there numerous injuries to his head, to his chest, to his back, and the stab wound?
Yes, sir.
Did it look like he's the one that was being beaten with the stick?
Yes, sir.
Could you ever find did you try to find any of the individuals that he said he was talking with at the D&D's?
Yes, sir. The next day I went back and researched the area. And of course, where the big tree is, that was ghost town, because when things happen like that, people disappear. And since traffic had been out on it for an hour and a half, everybody had vacated when we got there to take over the crime scene, all the area that he's talking about. I checked the area for cameras. 2515 Pine Street had a Ring doorbell camera, but it was too far south of the area that they're talking about. It's further south.
Okay.
It didn't appear to be working. I knocked at the door, left a card, because normally when a Ring doorbell camera, it lights up and dings. So I left them a card. And we had landed up talking to, I'm sorry, that was 2505. We landed talking to Mr. The guy that lives at 2515, the day of the scene.
Okay.
And like I said earlier, there's the houses on Plum, they all face Plum Street. None of them face Pine Street. There's only one house in that whole area that faces Pine Street, and that's the house across the street. I believe Miss Gilroy lives. The house he was talking about, that I thought he was talking about, I went to, and it's 2 houses down. And, then people said they didn't see anything. So,
So you couldn't find anyone who witnessed any of what he was saying or backing up what he was saying.
nothing.
He had no injuries to back up what he was saying.
And it was in an area where there's no cameras.
And what,
Pine Street's a busy street. It's not like people walk down Pine Street. Not like Grand or Texas where people more congregate. Pine Street's got traffic going to the apartment complex and the funeral homes and that stuff. So there's not normally a whole bunch of foot traffic right there.
could you find anything in the ditch or anything around besides the rake that backed up his story about being hit with anything?
That rake was all that we found. I went looking for the 2x4, the silver thing he said on Lethe. I had no idea what he was talking about. Okay. Said something about a junk pile. There was nothing like that there.
Okay. So you actually went physically and looked yourself and couldn't find any of that. And looking at the injury that was on the Christopher Smith when he's laying in the ditch, did it appear that anyone had tried to help him whenever the defendant left him there?
Not sure.
And he said he went home and did what?
Took a nap.
Do you find that unusual if you just,
Extremely.
and then when he came forward to tell his story, was it just one story or was it multiple stories?
Multiple stories.
So afterwards, he was arrested for murder, am I right?
Yes, sir.
I'll pass what it said.
Thank you, Judge. Detective, how are you?
I'm doing good, sir. Thank you.
I think it may be in Detective Torres' report. Did you notice a lump on the side of Jermaine's,
I didn't know.
on the left side?
I didn't notice it, no, sir. Detective Flores, I believe, did know that in his narrative.
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure it was his narrative that he noted he saw maybe a little small, I can't remember how he put it.
He just said he did have a lump on the left side of his head
I
there.
think it's a little small red area or something to that effect that he thought.
He just said a lump. Kind of hard to follow.
Yes, sir.
Did you understand the words he was saying?
Did I understand what he was
The
saying?
words.
Yes,
Think this were mixed up and incoherent?
some of it, but I could understand a lot of it. That's why I would re-ask him and try to make sure I was understanding what he was trying to explain to me.
Yes. Did you learn from anyone that Chris Smith was having trouble with somebody over a bike?
Yes, sir. I believe there was somebody that told one of the patrolmen that Chris Smith, had had an altercation prior with a bicycle.
And it's,
Look back in my report.
oh, yes, sir.
It was Gordy that told us that that he believed, Chris had they were having an altercation on the bike.
And you said Miss Guillory saw Mr. Smith and she's the one that called 911,
Yes, sir.
but she didn't see.
She said she didn't see the fight. She just saw one of them running down Pine Street, if I believe I'm correct, but she didn't see the altercation.
And the couple with the child, I think you just answered Mr. Laird's question, that Jermaine talks about in the interview that saw it, and then went inside. You never found them.
No, sir. The lady that saw him in the ditch, she lives off Pine Street, 4 lots south of the incident. So I'll be honest, I don't know how she seen him, because her house sits off the road. So I don't know how, because, I went back and looked at it and I thought, how did she see him in the ditch? So I don't know if she was walking down the street or she walked over there or she was coming from the store and saw it. And then the lady across the street's the one we interviewed.
And the people that were with Jermaine and Mr. Smith, ones that gave you the nicknames for, never found them?
Yes, sir. We talked to Gordy, who was nicknamed,
Let me ask you about Cool Ray,
never heard of him,
or Little D,
never heard of him.
or C Dub.
They all could hang around the tree, but I went by there 2 or 3 days just trying to, got one of the patrolmen that was out on the scene and asked him to keep an eye out for me, and never heard back from him. The names we were given were Chadrick, Gordy, and J Rock. We spoke to all 3 of those.
And did somebody tell you, or somebody told somebody to report that Mr. Smith was running and somebody was on a bike, or it may have been the other way around?
Something to that effect. I read it in one of the reports.
No surveillance videos, no ring cameras?
Like I said, it's vacant over there. The houses that are there, half of them are abandoned. So, and there was only one that could have actually caught any of the fight on camera, and that they don't have a camera system.
Thank you, Detective.
I'm nothing further, Judge.
Is this gentleman excused?
Please, Judge.
You are excused, sir. Thank you.
Hello, Ms. Johnson. State your name for the record, please.
Barner Johnson,
And you are Jermaine's mother.
yeah,
And where do you live? Not your exact address, but you live in Beaumont. And how long have you lived in Beaumont?
when I moved here in 2003 to 2010, I moved back to Louisiana, then we moved back 2015.
So you were in Louisiana for about 5 years,
Yeah,
and then you moved back here. And Jermaine is one of your children,
yes,
and he's almost 30 years old now. You have other children. How many? Are they younger or older than Jermaine?
older. He was older than my baby, but I have an older daughter.
So that Jermaine's the middle child. When has Jermaine left with you? When? I mean, I know we born, but then y'all live, was he born here in Beaumont, or is
No.
you're in Louisiana then?
Mhm.
And where does his father live?
Where is this?
Where's his father live?
In Brittany.
And Jermaine lived out there for a while, right? When he was a young boy. Maybe about 13, 14 years old?
Yes.
How long did you stay out there?
Do like, I said, like 15 or 16, he moved back.
Okay. So he lived out there about 2010, 2011?
Maybe.
Trust me. But just a couple of years. And he lived there with his father and his aunt.
His father and his father, wife.
And did his aunt live with him too? Then she'd have been dead years
He
old.
lived in Wittenberg.
Different residents. Let me take you to April. I think it's April 4th, 2022. You recall what you did that day?
Ooh. Got up, went to the doctor with my daughter, but she was pregnant then. And she dropped me back home, came back home with her. She left. But Jermaine, by the time I got, well, when I left, he was home asleep.
About what time was that about?
He probably had to go to the doctor for like 9, maybe, something like that. And when I left, he was asleep. So when I came back, he was gone. So when I was there on the phone or whatever, and he come banging on the door. So I'm like, I opened the door, and it was him.
Okay,
Mama,
let me slow you down a little. About what time was that?
I say like about, it was still morning time. So it's about maybe 10, 11, going on into noon.
Are you used to that type of comings and goings with Jermaine?
No,
He's not up and down the street a lot?
he's not really, but he goes.
Does he work?
Does he work? No,
No. He receives disability?
he was.
So he comes back home while you're on the phone?
He came home while I was on the phone, knocked on the door, because I had locked the door. Knocked on the door and opened the door. He was like, Mama, me and Chris just got into a fight. So I didn't think nothing of it because I was like, y'all always fighting. Y'all act like y'all a couple. Y'all always fight. Y'all fight, you gotta get back there. Y'all fight. So I didn't think nothing of it, so I just kept on with my phone call. Then she called again and came for me to go to
Wait, when you say she, who do you mean?
my daughter.
Okay.
For me to go to the grocery store with her, and I went to the grocery store with her, made a little grocery or whatever, and came back with the bag.
So at
And
that point,
he was asleep by the time I came back with the bags from the grocery.
all you knew was they had a fight.
All I knew was they had a fight, yeah, I didn't know anything else, anything.
Okay.
And then when I came back and he was he was asleep. But he had woke up, cause I had woke him up to come help me get the bag out the car. So we woke up and we heard the news was on, and we heard when they said body found, or whatever. And I was just listening, cause I watched the news. And then when they said his name, and then Jermaine jumped up, and he's like, yeah, well, take me down there because I want to tell my side of the story.
About what time was this?
Hmm.
I mean, early afternoon or late evening? So you didn't find out anything,
Until I heard the news,
and then what did y'all do?
I brought him straight to the police station.
Did Jermaine give you anything?
He put a knife on my bed, and I took it and I wrapped it in a towel and I put it in a Ziploc bag. And I put his medicine in there and I brought it right with him to the police station.
Y'all didn't call the police ahead or anything like that?
No, he just went straight there.
To the police station on College? Well, that's on College.
Downtown,
Yes, ma'am.
by the water. I think it's by the water.
Yes, ma'am. Did you have to talk him into going?
No,
Were you apprehensive about taking?
no,
And who else went with you? Do you recall?
my daughter.
Your daughter? And you knew Chris Smith? Had he been to your house?
Yeah.
Many times or?
Yeah.
And what, he ate at your house?
They would come, him and Jermaine would be there. They would come and go, come and go. They'd come to the house, they would do the yard. He would even come and shower and everything, but I didn't
Christopher Smith?
Yes.
How long did you know him?
I know him for quite a couple of years. The amount of years.
And how, you know where they live?
Do I know where he lived? No,
You know where his family lives?
no,
Did you know his family?
not his mom, and
You know any of his family
I
members?
know some of his families.
Have you spoken to him since all this?
I've talked to one, his aunt, and that was like the day that it happened.
But nobody's talked since then.
And I talked to one of his, I think it was Chris' husband, I think, that worked at the doctor office where he goes to doctor. And I talked to her over there. But that was.
What happened after that? You found out? Did you stay at the police station or did you go home?
I stayed there until they came and got on and came.
And they told you he was under arrest?
Yeah,
They came down,
they let me talk to him and everything. They took him to the back.
did he try to, did Jermaine tell you anything about what happened?
You know, he was just saying that they was fighting and he hit him in the head with a board or something, and from there, they didn't say anything. He didn't say anything like going into details. But he did tell me about the board. He told me about, he showed me the knife.
And you took his knife and his medication, went to the police station. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Mr. Laird, may I ask you a few questions and
Ms. Johnson, I don't have many questions.
So how many injuries did you have to treat Jermaine for that night or that evening before he went to the police station?
How many seizures?
How many injuries did he have on his body? Was he bleeding?
I didn't recall any injuries or head.
I mean, he told you he got beat about with wood, didn't he?
Yeah.
So surely he had to ask you to treat something because that had nails in it, according to what he told the police.
I didn't treat.
Okay. Did he look like he had been injured in any way?
Yes.
Where?
On his head.
That one little bump on his head?
Probably it wasn't literally.
Okay. Was there anything else? Any other injuries? Nothing on his side, nothing on his face?
I didn't look all.
Well, he didn't complain about it, did he? He didn't go and say, look at my arms, I'm bleeding here, or anything like that, did he? Okay. Didn't say, look, I got this nails in my side where he hit me with the board?
No, he didn't.
Okay. And he went home and took a nap. Right?
Yeah, he was sleeping when I got here.
Yeah. So if somebody's laying in a ditch bleeding that you just stabbed, would you go home and take a nap?
Well, with me personally, I don't know, but I don't know what happened, so I can't really say.
This man states exhibit 80. You see all that blood on him? Would you just leave him in a ditch and go home and take a nap?
I would, I mean,
Especially if he's supposed to be your friend, right? Right?
yeah.
I'll pass one stuff.
Anything else?
yeah, Sean,
Go ahead.
you don't think like Jermaine, do you, Ms. Johnson? And I don't think like Jermaine. And Mr. Laird doesn't have Jermaine's.
Hold
body
on.
copy.
You can't testify unless you want to take the stand. You can give her an opportunity to ask questions that she can answer. But she can't. She doesn't know what's in your mind. Go ahead. Ask your question. Go
Yes,
ahead.
thank you. if someone you thought was hurt or disabled or badly hurt, you wouldn't tell anybody, hey, I went home and took a nap, would you? You don't think that? Jermaine thinks different. doesn't he? Thank you, Mr.
Anything else?
No, you don't.
Okay. What we're gonna do is break for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can all of you return back at 9:30? We're getting right at the end. I've prepared a